Hello everybody, Milt with Beijing Living Like a Boss here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're back at the kitchen table. We've got a couple of items that we're going to take a look into, get them to hopefully work. And these, what we're working on is a carburetor, the Zenith TC4U I believe it is, and then this Wico Magneto. This, by the way, is tagged. Is going to be a nuisance, I guess. Come on, get down. So we're just going to get right into it. We got to clean these up, take them apart, clean them out. As you can see, the throat of this carburetor body is full of dauber, dirt dauber, whatever you want to call them. It's full of dirt anyway. So is the manifold of the engine. We'll show you that when we go to put this back on. And this is a early one of these carburetors. You can tell because they got this huge, big ass vent to the side of it. They didn't use them very long, I don't believe, but anyway, we're going to get lined up here and start cleaning up, and we'll get right back to you. I don't know if we can see this quite plainly, but there are basically two timing marks on the gear. One is down here, it's just a very light notch, and the other one is directly opposite here, another very light notch. So you can either have it 180 degrees one way or another. It's not really a big problem on these engines to have it out 180 degrees one way or another. You just got to switch the spark plug wires around and it'll all work just fine. But when I pulled it out, it was timed with this mark. So I'm going to take a marking pen, a paint pen, just put a light white dot on there and another light dot on this one across. So when I go to put it back together, maybe I'll just do the one. I'll put it on the one. When I go to put it back together, should be an easy enough timing issue. Okay, we got the cap. We'll just extract this cap. And it seems to be in really good condition. No dirt and no condensation in there. Looks really clean. Everything's not rusted. Looks really excellent, actually. We'll just pull this gasket off just to prevent it from getting any damage to it. Now there would be the rotor. Now we'll have to look into the timing of the rotor, because I'm sure it just goes around there, fits anywhere. Yep. Well, we'll have to look into that. It's hard to see in there. Probably can't see it on the camera, but it is totally corroded off. So I'll have to get a piece of emery cloth, and we'll polish that up, and then it should work. It's a little bit later on in the day, and moving right along here, I have done a little cleaning up in here, cleaned the body of the distributor and the cap a little bit, took quite a bit of schmoo off it. I did find out that as far as timing, there is a notch right here on the gear, the main drive gear, and there is a indicator right here. There's a notch, goes right down to this here tooth. So that's how it gets timed. I have gone ahead and gapped the points to 20 thou, because most old distributors and mags of this era, they work off of basically a 20 thousandths gap on just about everything. Spark plugs, points, all that kind of stuff. So I did take a file. I was going to use emery paper, but I've got a actual file here, ignition file, points file. put that in there and I took out all the corrosion, and then I didn't do any electrical testing, but I have put it all back together and was not able to get a spark out of it. I'm thinking that the condenser is suspect. I think the rest of the like the coil and everything, I think it is all in good shape and whatnot. So I don't have a spare coil or a spare condenser, so I'm gonna have to order a new one. But meanwhile, we'll just put it back together. There's our timing notch there, and our timing notch on the wheel. And we'll try to get it to line up. And it's in place there. So we're just going to put it back together. Got to turn it the right way around. I did have to get it once already, and I test fired with the. I'll get this together and we'll try to get the spark again, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to. Now to test fire this thing, what I have done is I take a new spark plug lead, just get it into the hole there. Hold it in place, and I just get it lined up on the body. And I use my variable drive drill. Spin it, but I don't get any spark at all that I can see. So I'm just going to put this off to the side for now until I get a new condenser and maybe check into it a little bit further. I'll just put it off to the side. But I do have my Eissman here, and I've proved that it is working. We'll just see if we can replicate it. I don't know if you can see the spark there, but the spark's really good. So I'm going to put this on that starting motor temporarily for now until I get the Wico repaired. Now we can just move on from the magneto part. We'll get on to our carburetor cleaning and whatnot. Now these are pretty dirty pieces that I'm going to take a lot of time to repair. The body here has a cracked or a broken flange. Not that that's a end all to the thing. The most important one is this flange down here, and it's not been broken, but this top of it has been broken. And then I think this choke actuator is kind of it's probably because of dirt, but it doesn't feel like there's any spring left to it. So there's a couple of things that I might have to repair, but as luck would have it, I have this body. It doesn't have any guts in it. A couple of bolts there, but it doesn't have any jets or butterflies or anything of the sort in it. So with if I really want to make it so at least I get that part repaired, I always got this here left over, So far so good. We're coming along pretty nicely. We got it stripped a little bit. Got some parts off it. Good gasket there. Inside, it's a nice float. There's a lot of corrosion. There's not a real lot of buildup of any dirt in there. We get a little light on there, you maybe see. There's a little bit of dirt in there, that's for sure, but not as bad as what I was anticipating. This here is the bottom plug, and it is right full in the center of solids. So a little cleaning, and I think we're going to be all right. We're going to have to drill out our plugs on the bottom here, little lead plugs, drill them out, clean this here bottom passageway out really good, and any of the other ones. But I think we'll just strip her right down for now, and I'll put her in the little ultrasonic cleaner, and we'll see what happens. Okay, been a few hours later, and we've got our two projects finished up for the day. I did put a white marker on the timing mark of the magneto drive gear. Originally from factory in the steel, it's stamped with an M, which coincides with the drive gear off the pony motor. It has an M on the spot there, so you get them two lined up. The reason why I put the paint marker on there, and I'm going to do it on the other gear too while it's open and got quite a bit of light there so I can see, is that you got to line up through a little wee 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch hole, you know, and it's just an awkward place and it's hard to see. So the little white paint on there, and it ought to work really good. I'm going to go ahead with the Eissman as opposed to the Wico Model XH, whatever it is, I think, because I need a condenser or a capacitor, whatever. And I'm sure it'll work after that. But meanwhile, we'll use this. I know I proved it to work. So we'll move that off to the side. Here's our carburetor. Cleaned out. This functions. It's got a little spring, bring it back so far, and it's spring operated in there, and it'll allow that choke butterfly to open. Once it pops off and gives you time to pull the choke right off. I did have in my little goodie can here, I did have a brand new gasket or a rebuild kit for this carburetor. So I put a new float valve in, gaskets in. I didn't pull or drill these plugs out of the bottom and blow air or run a drill bit through there. I didn't clean it out that way. I passed air through the passages, and it, to me, seemed like it was passing air quite nicely, so I didn't go that point. That's probably going to be another learning curve on my part. It'd be kind of handy. I should have done it maybe. I don't know, but I think it'll work. I'm missing the wire retention little spring thing that stops this jet from back and turning in or out or whatever. So I'm missing that. It should have another wire assembly like this one here on this jet. Never was there, but those are not through holes. Those are they got bottoms to them, like they're just they don't go right through the lid, so it shouldn't be a problem. I might be able to find that apparatus there somewhere. Cleaned out this little breather. It's quite the deal for just allow, and it's loose. I couldn't get, and I didn't want to run it in one more turn because it would just force everything, and I just went with the way it was. That's the way it was sitting there. It was loose. So we're gonna call her a day. Both items are looking quite a bit better, and Oh, we better turn ourselves a little straighter. Everything's looking pretty good. And I don't know if I'll get around to putting this on the machine there tomorrow. I got to go out in the first thing in the morning and haul a load of logs. So, and then the next day, I'm going to take a few days. I'm going to go do a little golfing in the middle of winter. Go figure that out. But anyway, that's all we got for now. We'll catch up to you on the next one.